You're listening to Success Up North. This podcast is a way for me to document my journey searching for success as a grower, family man, and business leader. I'll link with other leaders to highlight how they manage to do the boring work consistently and create their own version of success. Success is relative, but to me, it means relationships, families, teams, products, and solutions that get better every day. I'm grateful for you tuning in.
Headed to work, 6:05. Should be at the farm before 6:15. Check on the freezers. Check off another box on the list. That's something I doubled down on today. Just finished Atomic Habits for the second time in, I guess, the past 4 years. I read it like 3.5 years ago, but reread it and modifying the habit scorecard and going with a daily grit shit done list. It's a checklist and it has if-when statements or implementation intentions for each of them. A lot of these things don't change on the daily. So there's stuff that I'm doing every single day and like part of my daily habits that are making me a better grower, husband, and father. And then some of the tasks like today I added are things that I just got to get done today. Making a follow-up call to this person who was looking for services, reaching out to 2 separate people cold about clones that we have available for this outdoor season, having a phone call with the Wayfast CEO on getting their system running at the pace that we need. Right now, it's currently not running. So that'll be a good call to get that going. Excited for that. Catching up with one of the vendors that we work with consistently for consumables and equipment around 3 p.m. to talk potential lighting rebates and what that might look like to convert to LED in the new greenhouse that we're going to have up in the spring. And then at 4 o'clock, got the first book club meeting, Willie McKenzie Book Club. And the book was Atomic Habits. So I'm going to share, some of the things that I've implemented after reading it and what I'm looking forward to in the future and how we're going to use it as a team. Some of the things that we've already been doing to build good habits. I think when you really get down to it, growing production of crops is just a series of effective habits. Your crop is only as effective as the habits that guide it. It seems like the more we focus on just knocking out those habits and becoming automatic, almost subconscious with performing them, the easier it is going to be to scale and continue to grow more with the same amount of effort for people. So Atomic Habits has a lot of foundational impact, I guess, on what we're doing here on the farm and what we got going on for 2023. So that's awesome. The whole day is kind of tied back into what I learned from that, knocking out those items on the checklist, something that I haven't been doing a very good job of that we're trying to work into the daily habits, trying to make it more attractive and make it really obvious and make it rewarding is listening to an audiobook and reading along with Elizabeth before we go to bed. One of the things that I was doing is we were doing it in the room and I just keep falling asleep. So I think we're going to change it up to the couch so that I'm not like super comfortable, ready to go to sleep. I'm going to sit up straight, sir, and make sure that I'm getting my focus on the book. And that's a good way to wind down before going to bed. So it seems like it's a win-win. I might get better sleep and all these things. I'm trying to figure out how to make it satisfying. Some of the things I've done lately to make it visible has helped me a lot in spending less money and consuming less cannabis. Today was a pretty good day at the farm. I got a lot done. I used the personal grit shit done list, checklist to get things knocked off and things accomplished. I don't know what it is about checking boxes that gets me excited, but I'm like 2/3 through my day and been checking boxes. Got a few that I didn't check all the way. Some half checked, but I'm working on that. Figure it out. One big win that we had is the Way Fast scale that we bought for close to $10,000 this past harvest season that we couldn't figure out how to get working after it was delivered 6 weeks into harvest is now working. We figured out how to get the information from the scale to Google Sheets in a readable format. Also found out that there's a platform called Cannabis that'll take that information and transform it into metric data, and it uploads seamlessly for $250 a month. We had about at least 150, maybe 200 man hours, labor hours put into entering data into metric, and also just every single harvest entry was done by a person standing there and someone shouting off a number on a tag. So 2 people per day for every day we harvested, plus all the hours of manual data entry. Seems like that would equal a lot more than $250 a month. So definitely considering Cannabis. The CEO from Way Fast also sending us another bottle of hot sauce. That was a really dope gift. I still got that bottle of hot sauce in the fridge. We got a little bit left. This time the bottle's going to go to Nate. Mr. Nate, well, what? The CEO showed Nate and I their new product, which grades clones so that you can tell which ones to plant based on plant health and some sort of computer vision, artificial intelligence, which is dope. They have 30 trial spots that will be available here in the next 4 to 6 months. So we're going to see what it would take to be one of those trial facilities to get this grading system. They're claiming it's going to increase yield by 5 to 15% with no added anything other than putting the plants through this grading system and determining whether or not it's worth planting them for a flowering crop, maybe even potentially a mothering crop. So there's a lot of implications behind that technology, and I'm excited. The CEO really went out of his way to connect with us and make sure that we got the Way Fast scale up and running. I wish I would have done that sooner, reaching out to him and figuring out how we could get it up and running. You know, looking back, hindsight being 2020, I was just so bogged down with harvest that when the scale arrived and it didn't seamlessly work for us, I felt defeated and kind of put it off in the corner. And, you know, shame on me, because that could have helped us out a lot for the last, week, I guess, 7 to 8 days of harvest. But you live and you learn. We figured it out now and we're moving forward. So I'm pumped up about it. I got the book club here at 4 p.m. Zoom call. Excited to share what I've learned about Atomic Habits, and more so learn what others have learned from Atomic Habits and see what I can implement based on what they're sharing.
You were listening to Success Up North. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit subscribe, rate the podcast, and leave a review. The true litmus test of this podcast's impact is what listeners say about it. If you found value in this content, please share it with others. If you'd like access to video and written content like this, let's connect on LinkedIn. Until next time, just grow with it.